We live? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you guys want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop, and that's the place you can go get your drip on and add something new to your closet. Okay, what's going on, my good people out there in the world, this big world we're living in today? Shouts out to all my peoples out there. Today we have a special episode, and I want to give you guys a little schedule before we go into the week. We know this is a big week. I have a video dropping tonight at 12 a.m. And also for Friday, I'm not going to be here for my live. I know I'll be back Monday, but Friday I do have a surprise for you guys. So still tune in to the 9 a.m. and I have a Valentine's special video dropping for you guys. So I really appreciate all the love I've been getting. And yeah, let's just jump into this episode today. This morning is a very special morning because I'm going to start this episode with just my hometown, Queens, New York. And we're gonna start today's episode. I'm adding new songs to my playlist, and as I go, I seen today that Tony Yayo dropped a new video, John Wick, and it's really, really fire. I want you guys to go check that out. When it comes down to that good hip hop street feel, I feel like Yayo always, he always wins in that category. So you guys gotta go check that out. I'm adding that song to my playlist. I was watching the video, really, really dope footage, dope scenes. I believe I don't know if it was the Alpines, but it was really, really, really great video, really great bars. So shouts out to Tony Yayo. But I wanted to stay on the Tony Yayo subject for a minute. As you guys all know, I'm from Queens, New York, and people that know, a lot of people, people that's in the know, I would say, know people. And Yayo is one of the people I know. I came across a video online. It was on YouTube, and it was by Bosco out in the West Coast, and he was speaking on Yayo, how he felt like Yayo was just like overriding 50 Cent, this and that. And he was saying a lot of foul things, but you guys know I would never bring no fake nonsense to you guys. But I wanted to say from just my take, me knowing Tony Yayo and how we grew up. What you guys are seeing, when you hear people talking on Yayo, like how he's over loyal to 50 Cent, this and that, I just want to let you guys know just a little play on his character that might have been outside of this hip hop, that you guys might not know. Now, when it comes to Tony Yayo and in Queens, a lot of people know each other. I've been, I'm really close to a lot of people in different areas, but Tony Yayo always been loyal. And I know you guys are just hearing this, if you've seen him in hip hop and you're just seeing his moves from the point on when, he signed with 50 Cent. But you're hearing this from a person that knew him before he was signed with 50 Cent. And I can honestly tell you, Yayo is a cool person. All of the hustling stories, those are all real. He's not like, he doesn't go out there and lie or fabricate his stories. And he's always been a loyal person, because he's been a loyal person to me and my brother. We used to pull up on the block, and Yayo, we'll just spin off and just, dip off with Yayo. He'll let us hear a couple rounds before you guys even heard it when it got into the studio. So I just wanted to touch on that because he was speaking so bad on, on Yayo's name, saying that how he just rides 50. Maybe I just wanted him to take a different lens of it, because in these times, it's not a lot of people that is loyal like that. And, that's what I always talk to you guys about, friendship and just being real friends with somebody. Loyalty extends way beyond just money. Yayo is, if you guys think he's just there for money and he's just doing that, that's not true at all. Because I remember times when, we didn't have as much, and Yayo would still, be around people that had more than him, and he would still be loyal to people, and he'd be always, speaking good word about people. And rest in peace to Rough Hands, rest in peace to Huey P, Free C Boogie, shouts out to Chris, all my peoples, shouts out to Hot Rod, Old Smooth, Gene. Everybody that I know from that area, from the town, shouts out. I love y'all guys. But I just hate to hear people when they speak on people that I actually know, and it's wrong. Don't read Yayo as a person that's just riding somebody. That's not how he was. He was always a loyal person, even when he didn't even have it, and when he was just hustling on those streets. And I can guarantee for a fact that he's not up there, just doing this thing for the money or just riding behind 50. No, he's a loyal person. He was always that to different amounts of people in Queens. It's not just 50, you guys. So that's just telling you from an outsider You know, when people read somebody that I actually know wrong, I just wanted them to kind of clear that up. And, you know, when it comes to all of this, telling people they're riding this and riding that, no. You know, you grow with people, you become a family with a person, and there's a lot of things that he experienced that the normal average person can't really understand or experience. So you got to give that man some. I would champion people that's loyal to their friends, loyal to their family, and loyal to the things that they stand for. So shouts out to Tony Yayo. And all I gotta say, you guys go check out that new John Wick video he just dropped. It is crazy, it's fire. When it comes down to hip hop, street hip hop, and you wanna hear the essence of it, man, this gives you that feel. So shouts out to them, man. Shouts out to the whole unit. Shouts out to Fifth. Shouts out to Banks. Everybody that's you know, a part of the whole Queens movement and how we came up, man. That's just how it is. So don't read them wrong. Just because it's even, you know, that's why I always tell people, just because a person comes on these screens, oh, excuse me, that's pause. That sounds crazy. But just because a person, you know, pops up on these on social media, and we're trying to give good word, doesn't necessarily mean that the places where we come from, things can't get aggressive. So don't think that, you know, when somebody's trying to change their life, there's no time for looking back to the mistakes that you once made. And I see the growth in Yayo, and I would never want, you guys don't want to see him back on the block or with that type of mentality, because then things won't be as you know, as clean as you might see it. So I just want to say, you know, for the people that you just reading people and you might read them wrong, don't mistake people's loyalty, because that is needed in this game. That's needed in America, more loyal people you can trust. So yeah. Next I wanted to talk to you guys about, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Salute, salute, salute all my peoples, man. You know it's always love. We're going to have a good one this morning, y'all. We're going to have a really good one. I wanted to really bring this one to you guys, too. This whole Diddy thing, you know, I heard another, I believe it's 5 more people, they brought up lawsuits on Diddy. And one of them, it sounds so crazy. And I think I figured out what is going on and why things are going bad like this. Now, this one kid, he said he was 17 years old, and Diddy drugged him in a nightclub. Then I also heard, you guys heard the street performer. He just took a street performer. You know, what I think is happening here, and I'm not crossing out any victims, but what I'm trying to say, I don't believe all of this. I don't believe that Diddy was just going around with these type of art, you know, grape intentions on his mind and running out there and doing this to people. I feel like some of these people were maybe people that he might have came in contact with or might have slept with, but they're using their opportunity of that, whatever they had, to turn it around now and make it look like he forced them to sleep with them. It just sounds crazy, because with all, you know, it gets to a point where, like, if you hear a lot of people doing the same thing, it would have not only been in the industry, but I feel like we would have seen something more, we would have heard something more on the crime side or from outside of the industry, because of the type of people. Because if it was all in the industry and he was sleeping with people doing it in the industry, then I can understand how long it could be kept behind the curtain. But when you're doing it to average people outside of the industry, I don't think that would have, you know, not became criminal way earlier. So all I have to say on that, it just sounds, and I'm not crossing anybody's allegations out, but I'm just saying, at this point, it's getting to the point of ridiculous now. You mean to tell me that Diddy was walking around with grape all on his mind, and all of these people, he just went out there and he just forced them and drugged them? I mean, without nobody even trying to get no get back or try to call somebody to try to do something to somebody or something? It's something about it just don't seem right, you guys. So I'm thinking this is going to be one of the biggest cases in history, just to figure out the facts from the fiction. And we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to boil down to the case and what they have, what substantial evidence. And the reason why a little bit, it's not the victim's fault, but the reason why it kind of throws me off a little bit is because of that lawyer and the type of pressure that he tried to put on, on Jay-Z with a lack of evidence, makes me think that not everybody that he is pulling up to this whole Diddy party in this whole case is going to be, you know, substantial or even truthful. because we're dealing with the times where things are bad out here, and people are going through it, and people are looking for different opportunities. Even every single day I see somebody suing. Some of them are rightfully so, but some of them are just plain out ridiculous. Now, but it's one thing if you want a man to do crime, you want to do time for his crime. That's one thing. But it's another when you just start putting all these things on top of the man, and he can't fight back, or we haven't heard a peep out of him, and because he's in prison, something don't feel right. Something don't feel right. I'm not saying he's an innocent man, but all I'm trying to say is the person that they're trying to paint out is a little different. The picture that they're painting has way beyond. Now the picture they painted doesn't even look like Diddy. In other words, the picture they painted before looked like Diddy, but now the picture they painted looks like one of the biggest, great monsters in the world. Like, it's starting to get to the point of ridiculous. Because, I mean, even a male, if somebody did that to you, and that so many males, it's only a few people that's maybe under the power. If you're in the industry, I can understand where you will feel scared to keep your mouth shut, because you might not want to lose a job or opportunity in the industry that he would possibly run, or what he's doing. But if you're outside of the industry, and somebody do that to you, I don't feel like all of these men would have not even took a chance or trying to get him. And I'm going to keep it all the way 100, trying to get him hit, or try to get somebody in their family, or try to go to the police or something. It just don't seem right. So when I heard that, I'm just like, this whole thing is sad. We're going to probably have to wait for the case and see how this goes. It's a messy situation. And for the people that's out there that's trying to get into the industry, just know that you don't have to do things out of what you believe in to try to enter something. You come with the talent, and you put up an offer, just like if you was trying to with a business. You put up an offer. If they don't take it, you find other ways. One person is not, it's not, gatekeepers don't really, they don't really set your dream. Your dreams can be accomplished without anybody standing in front of you. Your dreams can be accomplished without all the nonsense and having to do what you don't want to do to people that you don't even know. So be careful, man, because this is happening not just in that industry. It's happening with a lot of people, big figures with money. We don't know what's going on. We don't really know what's going on. So that, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. And I'm not crossing out the victims and the people that went through it, but it's just sad that I'm hearing these same type of stories, and they're painted around the same type of situation, and the results are everybody went that way without just keeping their mouth shut. It don't make sense. What's up, Celine? Right. I feel so. I feel like a lot of people, and I'm not saying that he didn't deal with these guys or didn't deal with these people, but it might have not been forcefully. It seems like everybody he came in contact with, or slept with in the past, or had some freaky deaky stuff going on with, it seems like they're sitting in there meditating whether they're gonna go and call up this Tony Busby guy to try to get some money out of him. This is not what that is. People don't even understand. There's karma within that too. When you're lying, it's not just about, holding up your hand and saying that you won't lie. It's all about what fulfills you. You put somebody in prison that wasn't warrant of it, or wasn't that didn't do anything to you, that karma is gonna come right back to you. I believe in that. So I don't know, I'm not crossing anybody out, but I'm just saying, man, all of this, and then money is gonna wipe away the problems. Money doesn't wipe away your problems. The only thing that money wipes away, those are financial problems. Mental problems, your spirit, all of that stuff, it's cold after you go through these types of situations. And to want just money out of it and feel like that will patch up that pain, something doesn't seem right. So I'm just waiting to see how all of this whole thing goes out, because I would hate for it's like a line of people just trying to get money out the guy. We're dealing with people that if you was a true victim, you would have known that money was not going to be that. You know how many people, think about it like this. With the amount of things that we see people do on the news every single day, you know how many people would, as crazy as it sounds, would take a grape for that amount of money? So there have to be some balance in this to really make sure what people are, these allegations have some truth to them. It's ridiculous. I'm seeing a whole bunch of, and it's one thing about saying that, somebody did something to you, but it's another thing as having the proof. You don't really necessarily, and the way this lawyer operates is he puts out the information of what the person said and did to him, but the proof is like held back. And if you want social media and you want us being that we probably are leading voices right now in the court systems and as far as media, you're gonna have to have some kind of evidence or something. We want to see more of what the evidence you have, because if you're just staining the man's name and then when you get up to the case you just throw it out, what about the stains you left on him? So be careful of how these people present their media. Be careful how people talk about people, and make sure that what they're saying, they come in with evidence. Don't just take it in for the headline, because that can really ruin somebody. That can ruin a lot of things. Now, I did hear on Art of Dialogue, Chopper's his interview was talking about Diddy's mom, and they asked him, did he feel that Diddy's mom is, in control of this? And he gave his honest word, yes, she's in control of people's publishing in the past and things like that. So I do feel like there's a lot of wrongdoing, but having control of somebody's publishing and things like that this is not what this case is about. That just displays a character of a person that has greed attached to them. Okay, but there's not a jail time for greed unless it becomes criminal. So all of these things are stains that can possibly throw people's thinking off. And I want you guys to think, because you don't want to, it's not like we're the upper hand over this case, but it's just to show you how people operate in times when we need people there that's going to take situations serious, because it can get scary. Just because this man is fighting for his life doesn't mean like me and you and the guy behind you can't be in the same position fighting for our lives with false claims of people that just want something out of us. Be careful of that. Just because you might feel like you don't have nothing now, when God blesses you, when you make the right decisions in life, when you do get it, you start to understand why people want things, because they don't have these blessings. So you have to understand that certain things, you have to take a second eye on it, and just do your own research on things. All I'm saying. When it comes down to the things that we did see, we've seen evidence of him beating Cassie. We've seen his people around him saying that, he did the drugging in the bottle. So these are little things that we know can possibly be true, but the people that's attaching to these stories, we haven't seen any evidence. We haven't seen anything. So don't get it confused, please, please. And I'm not standing up or saying anything about Diddy, because like I told you guys, I was going to stay on this case from the beginning all the way to the end of how it finishes. But I just want everybody to keep a clear mindset, because these times can be very tricky. Very, very tricky. Another thing I wanted to bring to you guys, hold on here. I had something really, really crazy I wanted to, okay. So, like we all know, Kanye West, he went on this rant of, it was this narcissistic, I guess you could say, slash, or artistic, slash, splurt out anything he wanted to splurt out rant. And within this rant, he decides that he wanted to do the whole Free Diddy thing, and he ends up taking his merch to a level of, this is the reason why I tell you guys, I shop from people that are wannabe fashion designers. I don't shop for merch from rappers unless it's gonna be from their show that I went to, or something that will give me a reminder of why I'm wearing it. But this is a good example of why. Kanye West's passion is not really in fashion. Kanye West has blown all his ties in hip hop. And he knows that him saying the worst is gonna put him in a place of, that's what hip hop thrives off of, Like the biggest negative thing, is gonna get you the most light. And then he goes and puts that disrespectful sign on the shirts and go sell it for merch. You see what I'm telling you guys? Fashion, it's not only is it a disrespect to fashion, but it's a disrespect to the Jewish culture. You're saying that you're a Nazi, and I know, I'm looking at you, and I know you don't have the proper education to know that what you're saying is Absolutely, you're wrong. You're being misled in front of the public's eye, and you're saying things about people. Now, I hear a lot of people say, you know, why when so-and-so spoke on the Jewish people, why this ain't happen, why that ain't happen? I can't tell you why another person have. All I can tell you is the disrespect I hear for myself, and I formulate for myself what I say that about another person's culture. Just because so many people are so easy and they're quick to disrespect somebody's culture doesn't make it right for another person to say, well, they do it, so I could do it. So then you turn it into the same person. You don't do it as a whole. I don't disrespect people's culture, and I try to learn more about their cultures. And when you hear, if you guys never got to check it out or don't even know about the Hitler story or the Holocaust, you know, all of that, it's not only it turns your stomach, but it just goes to show you that this hate thing, this thing was birthed way before us, y'all. When we say we hate somebody, or our level of hate is not what they're talking about, you guys. That's the type of hate when you poison people, you gas people out, and you want people to only think like you. You want to dictate everybody's thoughts. You want to be in control of everybody's dreams because you feel like whatever you have up here in your sick mind is the right way of living. But people, you know, when I look at the Jewish community, there's one thing I do say to myself. I never look at them like, oh, and like they turn up their heads with us. I look at them like, you know what? The Jewish community has a strong discipline about them that I take and I like. I like it. I like the fact that when somebody speaks on anything that they have going for their families and the things that they believe in, that they do step up, and every place that they work, you're going to be X'd out of it. Yes, I like the way that so it's things that other cultures, us and other cultures can take from the Jewish community and apply to our culture to make our culture a stronger, stable culture. Yeah, they work together a lot. Kanye West, when you speak on other people's cultures, just understand that you're hurting somebody. That can make, like I always tell you, it can make somebody run out there and take their own life. People are unaliving themselves every single day, you guys. Every single day. There's a guy that he killed his girlfriend yesterday, and then he took his own life. People are sick up here. It gets scary. It gets scary, y'all. So I just wanted to let you guys know, when you see a lot of artists losing their stride, losing their way, you got to figure out why. It's jealousy. It's breeding from jealousy. He's mad that Kendrick Lamar is where he's at, and you know, he's going against Drake, and he has all of these things stuck in his head that he feels like is holding him back, when the only person that's holding him back is himself. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and all of these top artists, they don't block people from doing what they have to do. Whether the system is working for them or against them, it doesn't matter. They're doing what they love doing. As far as Kendrick Lamar, don't try to you can't take a man's shine that created his shine on his own. Okay, I'm happy for the people that still want to do the music and still put their all into the music. Forget about the big shows that you didn't like, the clothes that he's wearing. I can't even tell you the clothes that the guy was wearing. I wasn't looking at that. I was more looking at the man's performance and how he conducted himself in a place where all eyes were on him. It's a big feat, and he stepped to the plate, and he conquered it. I don't really care about what beef people have back and forth, because where I'm from in my town, that ain't considered beef. It'd have been over already. It'd have been over already. So I don't understand this type of energy that people are. They're trying to promote this type of energy, but to be honest with you guys, the rappers are rapping, the killers are clapping, and everybody else, we're just tuning in. We see people make these type of mistakes all the time. I always tell you, if you ever worked in a corporate formatted job, you know you can't get online and act a fool. You know you can't get on here and talk up some religion or talk up too much culture, because you don't know who that offends, and you have to be the person that has a little seal on your mouth. Everybody does, even when it comes to social media. You don't just jump on here and say whatever you can say, or the stupidest person is going to say the loudest and most violent stuff. But the wise man always stays silent. So I want to bring something to you guys to watch these people's character that you tune into. It's not about the money, y'all. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry because you're looking at a billionaire that is broke. Yeah, I said it. The man's broke. Yeah, he might be big in the pockets with his billion, but he's broke up here. If you don't have this, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Your life doesn't, it's not, you weren't created on this earth just to chase down money. This is why people fall short chasing behind their job. You'll never beat it. You'll never beat it. It's just, it's like the hair in that machine, and the rabbit is just, you're never gonna beat it. You got to catch up with your life, with the things that are meaningful to you, and stop looking at other people the way they look at people, because they read people wrong. A lot of these people, they get on here and it's like they want to sell you something more than they can handle. Everybody wants to be this genius or this and that, but a true genius don't have to say he's a genius. Let other people, when you're a genius and you're in that, people will tell your story. They want to tell your story before you can get to it, because they're not just telling your story, they're telling how you impacted on their lives. And the more that energy goes around, it makes you that superhero, not the guy that's just doing over Nikes, slapping stuff on other people's brands, and coming out with the brightest Maybach and the wildest things happen at the awards. That don't make your talent big. A lot of the dopest MCs and like the people, they're very shy people. Like the people that's really on top, they're very shy. They're not very like just throw it in your face all the time, and not so gaudy with all the jewelry and stuff like that. It's like you guys are looking at the wrong thing, and you're being leaded by the things that's shiny. Don't fall into that shiny stuff. The more you go towards the shine, the more you burn. You start to realize that you play the middle, and you start to weigh out the things that's really worth it in your life, and you would never ever go back to that stuff. I'm talking about you would walk the things that and look, I'm not coming from a disrespectful place when I say things like, Louis or the Gucci, because, hey, I had some of that stuff too, and it's a point where I slowed down on some of that stuff. When I started hearing that, they didn't want us wearing it and this and that, things like that are meaningful to me. Like, I start thinking about it. Like, what do you mean by that? And I started to understand in business, when you up the price, that's why a lot of people, they can't sell clothing, because they want to have that Louis Vuitton price without having that Louis story. Whereas Louis had a story from way past in I believe it was like World War II or something like that. Their story has been worked upon to get to that price. Whereas you want to build that black wealth up, you want to build up your culture, even if it's like a Mexican culture, you want to put on some Mexican, clothes that you can sell for that. You have to let that culture, the story in that culture, build to that price. You don't just automatically slap it in somebody's face and say, oh, this is $500. From when? Where? You're saying it's 500, but when I go out there, can I say this is 500 to these people or where I'm at, and it's believable? Is there a story behind your brand? Not just that you just slap something on a shirt, free so and so, or that swastika t-shirt and disrespect a whole culture. You expect people want to buy it up, and you don't have control of your ownership. Yeah, you do control probably your merch, but do you control the platform you put it on? Do you control how you post it out? You don't control none of that. Shopify controls that. Those posts you got knocked, the website controls that. That platform controls what you say. Because when you say something stupid and they want to take it off, it's... So knowing that, I just know how lost people's minds are in this world today. People are making decisions off of other people's bad decisions. No, make up your mind and go. Make up your mind and go. Forget what these people are saying. Make up your mind and go. Pick your pick and go. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different than that. Because people want you to believe in whatever they believe in, but they don't even believe it in their heart themselves. They tricking you, and I refuse to see that, man. A lot of these people don't understand. And it's not like I'm saying don't get money or be broke and feel comfortable with it. No, I'm saying get your money, but don't make it your everything. There's love. There's other things that's put in place that when you don't have that and when things go bad, that you have somebody or something else to turn to take it down and make you say, you know what, I can do it again. That's what it's about. If you really think about it, making money is an ongoing cycle, but what you're doing to make the money is that cycle is what's going to keep your life ongoing. Rest in peace to everybody that we lost in the hip hop. You know, we're at a point where it's in the hundreds. I know when it comes down to artists or even execs, but one thing we always got to remember, hip hop leaves stories back, and those stories are those stories that's going to always resonate with people. So if you want to keep it hip hop, keep it hip hop. Don't keep it street. Don't try to be something that you're not. I come from an aggressive area where I don't have to be aggressive online. I don't have to go. No, it's just this is how we came up. This is how it goes down. But not everybody's coming on here and just change into this like super thug and trying to offend people and make people scared of them. I'm trying to draw people towards me. I'm not trying to get up on here with that type of jargon. Come on now. We got to do better for ourselves. Some of these people need more than one hug. They really, really, really do. I see a lot of people lost. Now we're gonna move on from that. I want to bring my energy up a little bit. Another thing, you guys. So I was watching the ASAP Rocky in court, right? And I'm saying to myself, this thing is going way too far. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Rocky's like cutting off the guys from saying things, and it's getting a little bit tricky. Because I'm realizing that now they're starting to stare off what he said, oh, it's a prop gun, this and that, and now you're hearing people say they heard real shots. Everything is starting to turn around. So I'm hoping that this Rocco guy, you know, he really got this, you know, down packed. Because like we all said, a lot of people have said it in these YouTube streets. I've seen a lot of media people take the same, you know, suggestion of he should have took the first offer. But it's to the point where I'm seeing that like it's a lot of missing information, but then it's a lot like I'm hearing that Rocky doesn't want to take the stand now, which I thought was a good thing. I feel like just because of the way the back and forth been going, people not letting other people talk and they cutting off, him being on the stand is not going to play a good part towards, you know, fighting that case. I just feel like him touching that stand, it would just put him in a bad place, man. And, you know, for the youth out there, this just goes to show, and this is just all for taking a lesson out of this, because I like ASAP Rocky, like I told you guys, you know. But when you play with guns, things can happen. If you have, like I always tell you, if you're walking with a pistol on you and a fight breaks out and somebody tries to harm you, that's the first thing you will go to, because you don't want to get hurt or harmed. If somebody hits you, the gun slide, and they grab the gun, and now you're getting hit with your own pistol. As a matter of fact, on the news, you guys can go look. I guess if somebody had a pistol in their back pocket, somebody took it from him and robbed him, and then when he turned around to try to fight the guy, he got shot. So this scenario just recently happened. So you don't want to put yourself in these type of positions. You always want to keep yourself in a surrounding where you know you have things under control in somewhat way. Like I feel comfortable in New York, in these New York streets. It makes me feel comfortable because I know it in and out like the back of my head. But at the end of the day, not everybody that's younger, growing up, understand these types of these rules that people live by, or things you could watch out for to get yourself out. You know, everybody wants to celebrate and have a good time, but you have to understand if where you're celebrating at, people is having a good time and doing other things, you can possibly end up victim to those other things. It just all depends on the person you are. You know, the things that your parents instilled in you that you take along with you on your everyday to know, you know, what's right from wrong. Even growing up, I always, you know, I from a youth, I've always been, you know, I've always been on like my own, like in a way where like taking a train, and me and my little brother taking a train far out to go to our school or driving there. You know, these are things that you learn just back and forth and just being out there. You got to learn for yourself. You got to think smart. Don't just think that it is what it is. It's not always like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes people don't. In other words, don't make this picture. Don't paint this picture out and don't see what's really the worth in this picture. Don't be misled. Don't read people wrong. That can get you in a lot of trouble. Trust me on that. Get you in a lot of trouble, especially out here in New York. A lot of trouble. Oh, you know, there was another healing energy, man. Healing energy. You guys, I don't know if you guys heard this. Let me see real quick. Real quick. There's another plane crash. Healing energy. I'm talking about the one that was in Arizona. I believe there was somebody that, let me see, who was on there? It was, hold on, I want to get the name right. I believe it's somebody from the Motley Cyrus. His name is Vince Neil. So healing energy to his family. I believe one had passed, somebody passed away and one is in critical. Man. When it comes down to, you know, I know we're getting up to the point where it's going to be almost like the time where it's going to be a frequent traveling a lot more than usual. People be safe out there. And like I always tell you, if you're on medications, see your doctors before you go out there. You know, your doctors should be in these times, if you're not your health is not all the way up, your doctor should be the referee in a somewhat of your life. Like, you know, you should be, or even not if your doctor gives you tips, then you take those tips, you write them down, and you can have your little schedule on working things out and just knowing what you could do and what you can't do. I see a lot of people on planes now, there's a lot of arguing and people wilding out on planes. It's because of this, you know. Remember, mental people that have mental issues doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the guy running out in the street butt naked. That's not what it's all about. Sometimes it's that quiet person, not really saying too much. Nobody's really, you know, asking him or her, you know, how's their day going or how they're feeling, how they're doing, and they're holding this thing inside of them, and it's just, it got their mind going, and after a while, you never know when it could be that day when they just spaz out. So healing energy goes out. I don't know how the plane crashed. Well, I just know it crashed. I don't know what was the cause of it, but that's all I know. So healing energy goes out to the family. Motley Crue or something like that, he is. I don't know him. You said he's not a good guy? I'm trying to take your word for it. What makes him not a good guy? Let me know. I'm not sure. Because sometimes, man, let me tell you guys, now you got me thinking if you say something like he did some wild stuff, then this could be some crazy karma. I don't want to interrupt nobody's karma, trust me. Trust me on that one. Let me see. Wow, are you serious? You said it. He killed someone in a DUI wreck. And oh my God. That's why I love y'all, chat. You gotta be mindful of what you're doing. You know, I see right now out here in New York, alcohol is the second leading cause of death. It's like, damn it, man. And I'm not saying just throw away the liquor, because it was a point in my life where I loved, you know, taking my sips and just feeling good about myself. But I don't know, I always had somebody to drive me home, or maybe somebody to, you know, back me up around. I never really, but it just seems like, you know, and everybody, sometimes people get their first taste, but when you get a DUI and you kill somebody, or you know, this karma that comes behind that. There's something that we can't, the world, the earth, like I always tell you, everything, we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. We are alive. When things like that happen, the cause, there's a reaction. It's the same thing, and everybody gets it on different scales. But look at that. Look at that, man. I'm hearing that Dave Chappelle is receiving the NAACP. He's receiving an NAACP award for. It's a president's honor. You know what? When it comes down to Dave Chappelle, I feel like he deserves every single thing great that he gets. You're talking about a man that expanded his career. Not only he started his career, I mean, everything that Dave Chappelle has brought to the table has been authentic to him. And what people don't understand about that guy, man, he's a very good guy. I've been I've been privileged to be on Dave Chappelle's show on the Mad Real World. I didn't have locks at the time, but you guys could see me on that show with rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. That's Eddie Murphy's brother, and some of my guys were in there. Shouts out to Andy Appleseed, 55. On a lot of people were there for that episode. Also, Ashley Larry was there. Great episode, great guy. But Dave Chappelle, we got a chance to sit down, and I remember asking him something stupid at the time about if he smoked weed at the time, and he was just like, no. But I don't know. Maybe it was just a stupid question. But I really, out of a lot of the comedians from the past up to this point, I really appreciate Dave Chappelle for who he is as a man. He has that like stand-up strength about him that no matter what the issue is, he's gonna stand up and say what he believes in, and I can respect that. So I appreciate Dave Chappelle, and I thank him for just having us even a part of what he had go in his dream. And yeah, so Dave Chappelle is always, I believe whatever award they're gonna give Dave Chappelle, I believe he deserves it. That man works hard and he's extra funny. And he's just different. He's different from, you're talking about a guy that can have a conversation, open your mind up to things that you might have not seen it that way and still give you a laugh in a comedic sense. Love that guy. So shouts out to Dave Chappelle, man. And have you guys heard yet? Is that Wu-Tang, are they really dropping an album? I'm telling you guys, got to do a little homework for me. I want you guys to check and see if Wu-Tang Clan is dropping a new album. I need more info, man. I need more info. Oh, y'all want to hear some crazy? Let me see. Oh, he's a jerk. Wow. You see that? My people talk, man. You see, some people, let me tell you, sometimes when I hear some of this happening and I say to myself, why did that happen to that person? It be things like that. Like, oh, you don't know? This person did this to so-and-so, or they blocked this person. All of that stuff, that, man, let me tell you, karma is realer than a heart attack. Man, some people see their karma before they see their father. Trust me. Trust. There's a crazy story going around, and let's take it back. We keeping this in New York today. We keeping this in New York. In Brooklyn, New York. We got a bad mother. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Let me tell you, if you're going to lay down, have sex with somebody, and let's just say you didn't think of having, kids, and just let's say that happened, and now you have the kid. You got to know that's a blessing in your life. Don't make your kid a lesson. Or this lady have been caught. She got caught. She said she was baptizing her daughter in the tub. You drowned your daughter in the tub. You talking about you was baptizing. Number one, you're not a priest. You're not a preacher. You probably don't even go to church. And you got the nerve when the cops show up at your house with your daughter laying there with her soul lifted in the air going to the heavens. You got the nerve to say that you was baptizing her? No, you have mental issues, whatever going on in your life that you feel like it's ended your life. You chose to do that to your daughter. Some people are wicked, you guys. To do that to the person that you birthed. And you're going to say you was baptizing that person in the tub. When you're not even a priest, what are you baptizing? What church do you go to? What religion do you believe in? All you believe in is the things that's stuck in your head, and most of that stuff probably ain't even true. So now you're probably going to get hit with this. You're definitely going to get hit with a murder charge. You threw your life away, and when you're sitting in that cell, you're going to think about your daughter, which is an angel, that how you saying with this excuse of you was baptized, and you murdered that little girl. Some people are wicked out here, y'all. It's not just happening in all these third world countries and places. No, it's happening right here in our boroughs. In Brooklyn, that happened. When I heard that, I was just like, what are you talking? Don't even put in that baptizing. Don't even attach religion to any of your criminal nonsense you got going on. And it's the reason why, because that person's probably social media led and thinking that their life is over because they have a kid they probably can't provide, or probably they man beating her behind. She can't operate. She's seeing people on there that she's probably looking at her looks or wherever her standpoint in life is at right now. And she's taking it out on her kid. These are the type of people, they shouldn't have kids in the first place. To be honest with you, people shouldn't lay down and sleep with these type of people. Get to know the person that you're trying to lay down with. Because if that's the person that you're laying down with, you wrong too. You wrong too. It's crazy out here, man. It had me upset. Like, how you do that to that little girl? So, and then you got the nerve to come out talking about you baptizing. Baptizing who? You probably not even baptized. Man, listen. Like, I just, some people like, and talk about blowing a dream. They got this college basketball, he's a basketball star. He's accused of a tragic, he's accused of killing his own mother. Like, what's going on out here, y'all? Like, people are unaliving themselves. I told you guys the rate of that is going to skyrocket to the roof because people feel like they have no way to turn. And now we see a guy that has the privileges. He's playing on the basketball team. He has probably chances of turning his life into something greater, as, going into the NBA and things like that. And find out now that he is the one that's probably they're looking at that killed his own mother. So that go to show you that, you have a mother, you have a father, you have a family back. So all of that time, those dreams of you playing basketball, it wasn't for them. It probably was self-fulfilling, and you probably wasn't even into it. It's just something that you're good at. You don't even know that God blessed you with with that type of skill to play the game, and you turn around or whatever happened. And I know that's going to hit big headlines when they figure out, what went into this guy's mind to do that to his own family, his own mother. Some of these guys ain't got no respect, and you could tell about the way they treat people and speak to women and things like that. They ain't got no respect. They was never raised with that. They feel like their word is the only word. No, not out here, homeboy. I actually think that your word is not what it is, and nothing that you're saying is turning out that way. All of all these people that had these ideologies of what life was gonna be in 2025, none of this stuff sounds right. Why all the people that people label conspiracy theories and theorists and all this is the ones that people are paying attention to, because most of the information is correct. Don't listen to these people and try to sidetrack you from what's really going on, because there's a lot of that going on, and they work for the devil. You got to understand that. They're the devil's workers with the devilish self. They're just devils in designer. It's disgusting. It's disgusting out there. And got the nerve to get on social media and try to let the kids go that route. How many times I tell you I don't want to see another one of these people selling these people poison alcohol to the youth. And every day, look at my new alcohol drink. No, we don't want to drink that. Why don't you put out some better music so we can trust in that? Forget about the alcohol and killing people. Don't you know that leaves you a lifelong karma when you put out that poisonous nonsense? Don't you see that your own culture and people are dying out here? We got a lot of people getting strokes and let me tell you something, in your 50s and that's not an old age. When you're in your 50s, that's not an old age. You completed half your life. That's not an old age. People shouldn't be feeling like death is around the corner at these ages, because society and the way things are going in the community, people feel like death is around the corner. You think I don't feel the temperature of these people out here? A lot of people are moving in fear. I can see it in their eyes. They might act like they tough, but inside they're a little bunny rabbit. Because when things go bad, everybody run for the hills. When the people that keep a wise and stronger mind, they stay in there and try to figure things out, try to help people and things like that. A lot of these people, man, they telling y'all a lot of fibs, man. A lot. I got a dope video dropping. Like I told you guys, I'm not gonna be at Friday, but I got a dope video dropping tonight at 12. It's gonna be a conversation. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I'm gonna drop a new conversation. I know you guys are picking up on the African American, so African American new video I dropped, and it's just on culture. It's just on Caribbeans versus Americans, and just who has the traditional way of relationships and things like that. We cover all of that over here on this channel. We cover every conversation that's gonna be enlightened to the people out there to move on in their life. Not the ones that we can't get nothing solved out of it, just the ones I could touch and I can give you from my experience and things like that. For real. And then I have the Valentine's special on Valentine's Day at 9 a.m. You guys won't see me on live, but it's going to be a special Valentine's video I got for you guys. And it surrounds a conversation about Valentine's Day. I think it's funny, and at the same time, it opens your mind up. So that's what, that's what I've been up to. I've been watching a few things, and I'm just realizing, like, figure out what you want in life from the things that you're doing right now. There's a reason why you're doing what you're doing right now. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why you're up to this point and you're trying to figure things out. Try to figure it out right now, because the more you wait and wait and wait, you'll find yourself comfortable in this space of not knowing. Be the person that's always want to learn something new or find out something about, somebody or some history or something. Find yourself in places like that and not around these people, because a lot of people, I feel like they have lost souls now. People feel like, death is around the corner for them. And that's not necessarily true. A lot of people make mistakes in life. And if you want to turn your wrongs into rights, I always feel like it starts with just you. It starts with the same day you think of that. From that day on, you move on in a different type of spirit. You move with a different type of energy. And you'll start attracting more love in your life, and instead of just always being defensive all the time. So I would keep it at that, and just keep your life a little balanced, and don't be so rushy to make a whole bunch of money that you don't know how to put away. Try to find yourself in the most comfortable space, and make sure all your pieces are operating the right way, and you'll be all right. Like I told you, man, life is it's a lot more things in life to do than what people are out here trying to, fool people with. So don't be confused by it. Don't be confused by it. If you're looking at, like, for the youth coming up, you're looking at, you're dealing with right now technology and health. You wanna get yourself with the mindset that I want to learn as much as possible about my technology that's yet to come, and also about my health and things like that. I see a lot of people now, they have, like how your iPhone could have, or any phone, it's not just iPhone, could have like the heart sensors where it could just keep a track of your heartbeat. Well, now they have the one for sugar. Well, I guess they always had it, but as you get older, you're learning more and more. The little things you see, like people have that little stick on them, just making sure that they have not taking too much sugar intake. People are really taking control of their lives, and I see it happening. I'm more turning towards those type of people, and I want to get to know more people. So as I'm on here, like, just like putting up these lives and things like that, I appreciate you guys, but I also want to get to know you guys too, man. Like, shouts out to my boy Salim. Salim, if you're still here, give me another movie to watch. Give me another movie to watch. Give me a top. I need a top one, Salim. I need a top one. Or whoever's in here, give me a top movie that you didn't think I've seen. And if I didn't see it, then I'll talk about it next time I get on the live. So yeah, man, that's basically where I'm at right now today. I'm gonna have a good day. I got a few things to do. that I'm gonna work on. And you guys check out the shop. When I tell you guys to shop at Inspired by Dreams, that's my brand. Before this, I've been a fashion designer for a good amount of time, over 10 years now. I've been a fashion designer, maybe even more than that. I had another brand. This is my second brand, so this is a second generational brand right here, Inspired by Dreams. And I want you guys to be able to put it on and feel good about yourself, and know that when you add your energy to it, is what makes the outfit what it is. Instead of going out there and just buying a lot of this stuff that everybody, it's not just saying everybody's wearing, but you don't want to look like other people. You want to be fulfilling in your own energy. And your energy should be so vibrant that some people, when you're around, they take something from you. Wherever you go, that's how you know your energy is up. Your energy, people they want to get a piece of you. You want to leave a piece back wherever you are. What kind of movie? I would say like anything from drama to, give me something. It could be an older one, or it could be, I like war movies too. I like war movies. Give me some action or war. I don't know. I've seen a lot of movies though. I've seen a lot of movies, a lot of them. I just wanted to see another take from another. Oh, what was the other movie you was telling me to check out too? It was another one besides that one that you had told me to check out. And it's how it's funny because how we can talk about like these Jewish stories and Hitler in that story. You see how Kanye totally takes his conversation and makes it disrespectful. That's I just can't stand. And people will look at him. We gotta stop looking at these people like they're the heads of black culture, because they're not. There's a lot of people that don't think like that, move like that, and have more understanding than that. I don't have to come on here and dress the part to let you know that I got it up here. I'm letting you know that I'm tuning it all up, and I always make sure that when I bring it to you, that it's ready to go. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. I won't hold you back. Oh, that was it. Yep. Hold on. I'm gonna check that one out. This is Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. Yeah, I like things like that. I like stories like that. Like top one was like Shawshank. Shawshank was really really good. Really really good. Life is another great movie too. There's a whole bunch of movies. You'd be so surprised. Like it just sometimes you have to remind me, and I'm like, oh yeah yeah I saw that, or yeah I love that. But yeah, it's just I wanna how you make people feel in movies and the stories is what really it keeps me wanting to watch more. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at. Yeah, for all the what's up with the lovers out there, man? We got a lot to talk about, but yo, trust me, this Valentine's Day we gonna and it's not about. I don't really tune into because you could trust me when I tell you being single on Valentine's Day is the best for some of us. It's like it depends on what you got going in your life. That's what I say. Not everybody got the same thing or the same amount of time that they can do certain things. But I want you all you guys to remember that not everything we're gonna see on Valentine's Day is gonna be real. We're gonna see people with the biggest of gifts, with the smallest of people that even care for them. You have to realize that it's not about the money, the gifts, and all that. Even though you want to do something special for your partner, you always gotta realize it's about you and your partner, nobody else. Don't make social media your referee in the things or the decisions that you make in your life. Oh, that was the world. That was at World War II, and she is. Yeah, I want to check that out. That seems like, you know, the first like I heard about like when it comes down to like females in war. Like this one female, when I heard her story, I forgot her name. She was like a superhero, but she was a villain though. I think she it was. I think it was it World War II? She was a sniper, and she was I'm thinking she was was she a Japanese sniper or a Chinese sniper? She was one of the wickedest snipers, but they end up killing her. And it was just her story, man. Like they used to like when the war go off, she'll be in the back and they'll go call her like Troy and then let her go into the woods. And when she get in the woods, she get her placement. I'm telling you, she dropping everything out there. But they had another one of our top American snipers ended up getting her. But that's when you play with war, man. Blood. You're gonna draw blood. You're gonna draw blood. You're gonna draw blood. But I wanna check out a war movie. But I'm gonna get that female's name. She was one of the top snipers out there, and I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna go over that story. That was a really dope story. A lot of these wars they can be fit into different movies, like the one you're suggesting, that can make a real like superhero slash war movie. Oh, that'd be so dope. That would be so dope. Yeah, World War II has some of the best stories. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. People don't even realize that. Like people think like, you know why? Because when people think of like history and like World War, they think of like the school structure of it. But when you put it in like a movie sense, or even like reading it from a book, oh man, now you're talking about a whole. It feels like a whole new world, a different world, and people are fighting for this cause. You put your mind in a different world. It's just like it's a whole different thing, man. It's just I don't know. I love war movies, and World War II did have some of the best stories. I'm gonna really look up some war movies. You got me ready to watch some war movies. In between, man. That's the reason why here and there I jump on some Call of Duty. I ain't lying to you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that, I was a G.I. Joe kid and all that. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I like those type of stories and all that. But, yeah, man, I just want you guys to know that, man. There's a guy out here that, I dibble and dabble on both sides, and I realize that, the things that's more meaningful to your life are not the things that people are claiming they are. You don't have to go out there with a whole bunch of stuff. Cause think about it. I've seen somebody talking on the PNB Rock again. That story about him. I think it was Glasses Balloon on Bag Fuel. Shouts out to Bag Fuel. And he was just saying that anybody, the people that killed PNB Rock, they weren't like gang members. It was a family that killed him, like a father that was misled and the son. So when you really take that in and think about it, it's like people are so desperate at points in opportunity that they'll do something to somebody just for these short-term things that really don't really have no meaning to it. That's scary within itself. Another thing is just the whole energy. I don't want to put all that energy on LA because it comes from that gang violence and things like that. But you know what? Like, that's why, and it's not a knock to them, but that's why I'm so happy I'm from New York, because we never had to grow up on like that type of energy where we felt like, oh, just because of this, I'm gonna go kill off him or kill them. It's like the more you keep doing that, you start realizing like you're only killing your own people, and you're the people that like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. These people would have sat you guys down, and y'all started realizing that you're turning yourself into the monster that people once was fighting for. You can't be the person out there hurting your own people, hurting anybody in general to get your point across. That's not going to solve anything. It's not going to solve anything. We got a lot going on when it comes down to the politics and things like that. Donald Trump, like he doing his own thing. But everybody, you got to just know, man, a lot of things that's going to be happening, we really don't have no control over. We can only be the best person we can be and go out there in society and do what we can. And the things that we felt that in the past that we could do, we starting to see now that people will just tell you anything just to get your approval, and then they'll turn into something else. It's been a trait that's been going on in hip hop, politics, all over the place. People tell you one thing and they mean another. So, before you even get into those conversations, you have to have trust in the people that you're going to be around and you deal with. I always tell you guys that. Today I'm just gonna be. I got a few things I gotta design. I got a new drop in there. You guys go pick that hoodie up for the new drop. It's really, really dope. The heart and the clouds. It symbolizes just having that love. Look up to love and just have love is way greater than people think it is. Love heals. It's not only just feels good, but love can heal your mind. It can heal you from the things that you're going through when you just have a different perspective and it's guided by love. A lot of times, that's why I think at some point in time when Diddy was saying his thing, love this and that, it's almost like a contradiction, but he was saying all these people that say all the right things, but they just be the wrong person that said it. So I want you guys to take that in mind, and don't forget, I'm not going to be here Friday, but I will have something for these days to come, and tonight or this morning, however you look at it, 12 a.m., I have a special video dropping and also a special one for Valentine's Day. That's right. Love is the most powerful thing on earth. Let me tell you something. There's plants. It's just like, you see how a mother is pregnant, right? And the baby, they can sit by the radio and the baby listen to the music and inside the belly, and that nurtures the baby and the baby can hear the music. If you have a plant and you put music by it, it's the same thing. And things that are going on. A plant, there's plants that when you put in your house, if that plant always dying, you know that there's the spirits in your house, everything dead, nothing living in there. But there's plants when they grow, it show that you're lively, you're in the flesh, you're in the present. Know these things. These are things that I keep in here, you know what I mean? The only reason why you guys are hearing this or me even speaking like this is because I choose to give you guys what I think about up here. I love you guys. Make sure you please share this live, you guys. And also, check out my new stuff, man. I have a lot of new things and new drops. I'm going to do some new hats today. Maybe get some beanies in there. I love some beanies. And I got some new drops. It's a Fenty thing. It's the Fenty way, man. If y'all want to join the Fenty family on this end, y'all already know. Anything else, you guys? I feel like I'm gonna miss you guys because it's gonna be a while until I get everything is pre-taped. But I love you guys for tuning in. Yo, thank you. I appreciate all of y'all. And yeah, man. You know, before you go into your Valentine's Day, even if you're single, love on yourself. Love the things you do. Love is always gonna be attracted to love. So if you keep loving, more love is gonna come into your life and it's gonna attract. So don't feel like you don't have something now that you can't get something later. Anything is possible, all right? Until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, what? You know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Eat some good food, have some good sex, good conversations, great outfits, good feeling, good life. Bless up.